Welcome back. In just about 10 minutes from now, Arun Jaitley will be delivering his third budget speech and possibly his most crucial one, the one where he in particular is on test. What's the wish list that our panel has from the finance minister? The one thing that they'd like to see and hear in his budget speech. Start with Meera Sanyal. What's that one thing that you'd like to see that will give you a sense that Mr. Jaitley is on track?
Rajdeep, the one thing, the single largest thing is the promise of maximum governance and minimum government. We've all talked about the 7th Pay Commission and I'm not opposed to it. But we need a smaller, more efficient government. The single largest cause of corruption, black money and delays in growth is the interface with the government. So let's take a bold step. We talked about the regulatory cholesterol. I'd like to see this government turn around and say that we are going to freeze all permanent recruitments into administrative jobs. We will hire laterally based on skills. We will take people for specific time-bound contracts and put all your excellent, brilliant administrative, IAS, etc. officers onto specific projects. For example,
the moment the finance minister does that, the opposition will be up in arms.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because across the board we are finding that this is a problem. Nevertheless, let us say that you try to do this. You need things to happen. The second is we talk of digital India. Let's talk of digitizing India. Let's move all government and all government records onto digital platforms. That will directly create thousands and thousands of jobs. You have a second Y2K happening. You will skill India, take it forward. And the third thing, the Prime Minister himself has done this. Let's have single window clearances with transparency on the net. When you apply for a permission, let it be transparent as to how many days it has taken to approve it, and if it has been rejected, why. Simple things. Okay. Let us have maximum governance. Let's fulfill that promise.
Maximum governance promise, in a sense, to be reflected in this budget. The one item, let's look at one issue that you'd like to see, Prasenjit, on your wish list from the finance minister.
Well, there are many, but
the one top of it,
I think that there has been a huge fall in international oil prices. The government has been trying to manage its fisc by increasing excise duties very steeply, and that is the reason why they are not in a fiscal mess. I understand, but I think that there should be passed through, in the sense that if oil prices have come down so sharply, the Indian consumers should also benefit from that. They are not.
And you'd like to see the finance minister make that kind of assurance in the budget.
Yeah, means the excise duties on
Shankaracharya, the one thing that you'd like to see.
I think you allowed 3 to Meera.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2.
Okay, thank you. That's that kind of discrimination I can live with. Okay, first, fiscal consolidation to 3.5% in the fiscal deficit, combined with, this is still one, combined with a simultaneous announcement that the Reserve Bank is going to cut the repo rate by 0.25. It will boost confidence. Coordination will be messaged out to everybody. RBI and Finance Ministry are on the same page.
Can he do that in the budget?
Yes,
he can.
Provided he's got his agreement of that.
You're saying with the he's already got prior concurrence of the RBI and he goes ahead and announces the budget. That's possible.
It's been done before. It's been done in my time, so I can speak confidently on it. And the second thing that you allowed me, begin a phased move to direct cash benefit program in fertilizer. Phased, as you learn by trial. Because
so what is already being done, in a sense, with fuel, you now move to fertilizer.
Well, the only fuel that's been done for is
LPG. Yes, yeah. LPG. So you're saying move that to fertilizers as well.
Yes.
Your one item on your wish list.
I want more transparency in numbers, and I'll give you a very specific example with the budget. The government is going to come up and say that we're going to give 9 to 10 lakh crores as farm credit. I think so. It's all a fraud of public sector banks. Not even 50% of it goes to farmers. And when you talk about non-performing assets, we have asked the RBI governor to ask for a list of the largest 10,000 agriculture credit loan defaults, and I can promise you that not one of them would be of any farmer. Apart from that, if you see where does the farm credit go, over 50% of it is going to metropolitan areas, branches. It's not going to rural branches, and that's the transparency we want.
You want him to be honest about where the farm credit is actually going,
rather than tell us how good the budget is for us.
Rather than just give big numbers about what
he should take a move away from the historical way of telling farmers that we're doing so good for you. It's better to come out with a white paper on agriculture credit, and that's what we want.
Okay, I'm going to go to Manish and then last word to you, Surjit.
So I'm focused on plumbing problems because I think that's really what the budget. From an employee perspective, reduce the gap between Haath wali salary and Chitti wali salary. So 45% payroll taxes is just a nightmare. You've got to cut that. From an employer perspective, I think it would be massive if they just move to the unique enterprise number. Today, as an employer, I have 27 different numbers, an Aadhaar number for 27 different. I have to beg for them. I have to bribe for them.
That's right.
Moving to an Aadhaar number for enterprises would be a massive gift to entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Mine is actually a combination of the three. One, completely agree, will come as a surprise to Shankar with whatever he said on both counts. I'm looking at fiscal consolidation first. Second, I am looking for a new approach to farming, to agriculture, which has a heavy emphasis on Aadhaar and income support when farm incomes fall below whatever level, and if you will, the agricultural insurance, crop insurance, which has already been introduced. So basically, the farm sector, we should at the end of the day say, listen, he has made a major break with the past, hasn't reached nirvana, but major break with the past in how agricultural policy is handled and the fiscal consolidation.
So are you saying that 25 years ago when Manmohan Singh delivered his budget, it was seen as a sort of historic budget because it sort of moved us away from license permit to trade liberalization?
Yes.
You're now saying 25 years later,
Correct.
What was done with trade and industry, the
Do with
time is
agriculture.
do with agriculture.
Yes.
I've heard that before. I've heard APMC Act to be reviewed, revoked, to have, to open up the farmer to competition. You believe this is the right time for the finance minister
farmer
to do that?
competition on the prices side and farm and income support from the supplemental side, that is to take care of the standard of living.
It's interesting that no one seems to be worried about what corporate India wants for once and what rural India should get. That's a good sign.
Corporate India is
corporate
already saying
India-
it's achhe din. So that is
No, corporate India.
Corporate India, if you're from Gujarat, is saying it's achhe din.
Corporate
Rest of corporate India is still on pause button.
Corporate India would love fiscal
No,
consolidation.
they would like a 0.5 repo cut.
Sorry.
And a 0.5 repo cut. That's why I disagree with it.
Okay.
Not 0.25, 0.5, provided the fiscal targets are reached.
Okay. So I think we've set plenty on the plate for the finance minister at the moment. So Shankar, since you've seen more budgets than anyone else, which do you believe has been the true which has been the real dream budget so far? If I were to ask you, was there any budget which you would say really got outstanding marks over the years? Which
After
would you give it to?
91.
You mean after that?
After
After
91?
91. After 91.
After
91 was an absolute breakthrough budget.
Okay, after 91, which will then bring me to the question, is it time to have a technocrat as a finance minister? Manmohan Singh was a better finance minister, many say, than he was a prime minister. Which comes back to my point, Raghuram Rajan, rated across the world as one of the finest economists. The time has come maybe to make Raghu the finance minister of the country.
I think looking back, I would, and not counting the first one, which was sort of vision changing.
Yes.
That-
Yeah.
It was not that a lot got done in the budget,
That's
but
right.
it was vision changing, and it was all the stuff that people talk about in reforms is outside the budget. Trade reform, industrial delicensing, all that. Remember that was announced in the budget. So
Yes.
that's very different. You can't keep doing that. So leave that aside. I would pick the budget for 94-95, which most people would probably have completely forgotten, but for the reason that it did the most amount of nitty-gritty indirect tax reform.
So this was again Manmohan Singh's
Manmohan-
94-95 budget.
94-95, and I would pick the 99-2000 budget of Yashwant Sinha.
Interesting.
Which went to unified Senvat.
Okay, let's go straight.
Amongst other things.
Let's go then straight. You've been perfectly neutral. You've chosen one Manmohan Singh budget and you've chosen a Yashwant Sinha budget. So you've kept everyone happy in a way. So there are those who would look at Arun Jaitley now. Let's go.
3 major water plants have been shut down in Delhi, this time due to high ammonia levels. Major crisis in central and north Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party Minister Kapil Mishra is saying that the
पैसे वाले बाबू मेरा बजट बना दो, पैसे वाले बाबू मेरा बजट बना दो, बजट बना दो, बजट बना दो।